Welcome to Discover Greater Lansing. Whether you're exploring the rich history of the state capital or indulging in incredible local food, there's always something exciting happening here. Discover living. Discover mobility. Discover downtown. Discover giving back. Greater Lansing offers breathtaking activities and outdoor adventures, ensuring a perfect balance of city life and natural beauty. Discover the warmth. Discover the charm. Discover Greater Lansing. The journey begins now.
Hello, and thank you for joining me again for Discover Greater Lansing. You know, it's right here that we uncover everything that makes our region so fantastic, the best place to live, work, and play. And today I'm so excited to have my fellow Rotarians with me on the show, Rebecca Bahar-Cook, our president of the Lansing Rotary, and Chris Swope, our incoming president. So Rotary, I mean, been around forever. Everybody knows, seems to be connected to a Rotarian, but it's not just about being a member of a club. It's about giving back, and I give back a lot. And for those perhaps who aren't familiar or remember Rotary, what it was back in the day of our grandfathers, Rebecca, why don't you shed a little light on what a modern Rotary club is like?
Yeah, so every Rotary club is different. I can definitely talk about our club. We have a pretty diverse membership. I think we're always trying to further diversify, but we've got young members, we have members in middle age, we have retired members from all different walks of life, from all different religions, from all different ethnicities. And we're really making an effort to try and expand our membership with some of the corporate memberships that we're offering, which is new this year, to even bring in more young people to get a feel for the fellowship, for the service, for the four-way test, talking about, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Are we doing good things in our community? And I think our Lansing Rotary does that. It reflects our community well.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought up the four-way test, because I know everybody talks about we're so divided as a society, as you know, as a world. But every time you walk into that Rotary Club, no matter where you're at in Lansing or around the region, we repeat that. And if we just remember those four simple things, boy, how much better life would be. And I think at least in that Rotary space, we practice it. We practice kind of what we preach there. So you talk about community. Chris, you, of course, you're in the community all the time in so many capacities, but some of the things and some of the ways that Rotary and its members have impacted our community in a good way.
Well, you know, we do a lot for this community. We have our foundation that gives out grants locally, $10,000 grants, as well as some bigger grants like the Rotary Clock Tower that's in downtown, and Rotary Park is a more recent one. So we give in those kinds of ways. We also sometimes do service projects. So, you know, we've helped with downtown cleanups. We've helped with preparing food for the food bank. So we're giving in a number of ways. And we're giving our members opportunities to learn about our community and bringing in great speakers that talk about things that are going on in our community. So it's kind of a win-win situation. And you know, my favorite thing is a lot of the speakers end up, that's the first time they learned about Rotary, and they come back and they join us. So that's always a fun thing.
Well, the speakers are, you know, besides we sing. I don't know if every Rotary club sings, but we always sing a great song or have some music, and then
we don't sing. We bring in fantastic musicians. Because you know, my husband.
You don't want to hear me sing, right?
Well, we have the papatriotic song where we all sing along. Some of us lip sync the patriotic song, and we appreciate the neighbors who have great voices. But we have special music that John Dale Smith is our musical arranger, and he brings in some great acts, high school play performers, local musicians, and it really adds something to our club. But it is something that's actually kind of unique about Lansing Rotary.
But we did throw away the Rotary Songbook. I just want to make that perfectly clear.
I remember way back in the day the Rotary Songbook, but it's the speaker. So you come in, you feed your body, of course, with the great food that's provided, and you kind of feed your soul with the fellowship, and then your mind is fed by these speakers. Like you said, we've had on the show a number of the speakers that have come in and shared some insight and more depth, so that you really get an understanding from every topic, from nonprofits doing great work out there to our hospital presidents, to our transportation leaders. So it's the whole thing, and you do it all within a short amount of time. Just with your involvement, Rebecca, in Rotary, are there some things, even though both of you have been in this community and are such an important part, but are there some things you've learned about your own community that perhaps Rotary opened your eyes to that you weren't cognizant of before?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of nonprofits doing some really interesting entrepreneurial work. So we had a woman come in and she will video map out a place, public space, put that online so that children who may have issues with being in crowds or are uncomfortable in crowded spaces get to see it ahead of time. And so businesses are now paying her to, do that for them and have this service for folks that are having some issues with places like that. So, I mean, that was something I had no idea that was taking place right in my community, that they were mapping out schools in the Wharton Center and other places to sort of make the community more open and accessible to a wider range of people.
Which is so important. Chris, again, you know everything about this community more than probably most. Anything that you kind of learned along the way that was an aha moment, or you said, wow, I never just knew that?
There've been a number of things. One of the things that I was so impressed by, we had a local farmer come and talk about the need for youth in our farming and how many farms we have in Michigan and in this area, and how there's a need for their youth because the generation, if somebody in that generational chain doesn't take over the farm, then the whole thing can change, and how we're losing farmland. So that was really interesting to me.
And how entrepreneurial those farms have gotten. I mean, I'm from the city, right? And so hearing about some of those challenges was really eye-opening because I do shop for their products and I eat them. So knowing sort of the challenges that's a great example of learning about somebody else's space and being more understanding about their needs, because now I know a whole lot of stuff that farmers are going through that I never knew before.
Right, and it feeds our mind, but also helps us understand perhaps the challenges and difficulties that people in different roles in life face every day, and how we can come up to meet them. And Rebecca, you talked about diversity, and I'll tell you what, I never have a bad day in Greater Lansing, but on those off days of mine, and I walk into Rotary, it's first of all, it's just so welcoming. And I think I have to believe part of that is the diversity, not all the different industries represented by the Rotarians, but your nationality, where you're at, just all that kind of diversity. It's many more layers than just the color of our skin, of course. But talk about, it's intentional. You want to have a big welcome for everybody so that you bring all those perspectives together. So talk a little bit about what the Lansing Rotary Club is doing as far as diversity and putting that welcome mat out for everybody.
We have two committees that are really looking at that. We have our membership committee is really working to diversify our membership. So we are reaching out to thousands of small businesses in the community, medium-sized businesses, to sort of talk about how can we bring in that diversified business perspective. And then we have a DEI committee that's working on attracting members from all different walks of life, who's also partnering with a lot of other clubs in our area to kind of expose us to them and them to us.
That's great. It's an effort, intentional, and that's how things have to be. You can't just sit and wish. I have to tell you, back in the day, Rotary Club seemed like a bunch of older
white guys.
Okay. Like my dad's
there
club,
were not
right?
always female members allowed. I mean, so it is a space where Rotary has moved and modernized, both through expansion into being more diverse in terms of gender, race, ethnicity, sexual identity, sexual orientation. So our club, we strive to be as welcoming to everyone who wants to join us and can meet that four-way test and wants to contribute and learn more about our region. It's a
Absolutely.
great club, and it's a great opportunity.
Well, and I think we'd be remiss not to talk about how some of the ways Rotarians, Lansing Rotarians, are giving back. So we're asked 3 times a year to make a contribution. We're asked to make a contribution in April to the International Rotary that's doing all sorts of things internationally, water purification, immunizations, mother and child safety, all that type of stuff. But then locally, we're asked to give the month of our birthday to the foundation, and then during the holidays in December. And that we use that money to benefit our community. We give some international grants, but the most of that money stays here for nonprofits in Ingham, and Clinton County that are giving to young, to cultural events that are helping children or teaching children entrepreneurial stuff or business acumen through the JA, all sorts of things. But my point is that we really do try to give back. We want our community to reflect our passion to make the world a better place, and the foundation and the work that our foundation board members do really helps that. But every member of the club gives, and we do so with joy.
And I mean, that meets the model. We're a service organization. That's how we're classified. We're a nonprofit. We're a service organization, and we in the Lansing Club, we tend to give our service through helping financially, but we also do, those service projects. So there are multiple ways that you can get involved and help out your community by joining Lansing Rotary.
Absolutely. And so it's not just an hour and a half on a Friday, over the lunch hour. It's river cleanups. It's and I love how when the speaker comes, rather than give them a gift card or something, you do something a little different.
That's right.
And so tell our viewers a little bit. You come to speak. Guess what we're going to do on your behalf?
So in lieu of a speaker's gift, we actually make a donation to our own foundation in the speaker's name. So we're just building that pot of money that we're able to leverage in our community and help folks by contributing to our foundation. So it's really kind of special.
It is. And do you have a few just examples? I know earlier we talked about the Rotary clock, but every year there through the foundation, correct me if I'm mistaken, but a grant is made, or there are grants for different causes. What are some of those benefits? I know Child and Family Charities they do such great work for our family children through foster care and through all different kinds of services. I think they have over 27 services that they offer, and I know they were a grant recipient. Some others that maybe resonate with some of our viewers.
Greater Lansing Food Bank, right? Not only do we volunteer there, but we also help them buy a truck for that food delivery. The Lansing Area AIDS Network to help do some outreach there. Allen Neighborhood Center, those sort of pop up to mind. Michigan Recovery Services, Potter Park Zoo. I mean, now that you got me started, I don't know that
This year alone, we're giving out almost $70,000 in grants to our local community organizations. So, that's sort of our annual rolling grant, and we have a grant period that opens usually in February through March. You can go to lansingrotary.org to check out the specific dates for any given year. But we give that money out to further benefit our community. Every year we keep that going. So it's really a benefit.
And the International Rotary grants, those applications are usually in October. So that goes out. We need there has to be a Rotarian that's sponsoring sort of the ask. But we do education projects. We buy computers for folks all over the world who need it, water for purification, all that stuff. We're also here in Lansing making a difference all over the world.
Yeah, the impact is real. And look around you and in our fellow Rotarians in different clubs. Collectively, we're making such a tremendous positive impact. And so I thank you and all the members, including myself, for those. And no matter how big or small, when you collect it, we can do so much more together than we can do as individuals. And I truly believe that, and I think Rotarians live that all the time. And now, Rebecca, you did mention Rotary International. How does that play into the local Rotaries, and what kind of exchange, or is that just the big national name and it doesn't really interact?
Oh no, there's lots of interaction actually. So there are district governors that are a part of Rotary International that give us all sorts of services, programming ideas, technical assistance, all that type of stuff. And then I got to go to the Rotary International Conference in Singapore last year, and I learned a ton about what other clubs look like, how they're dealing with membership issues, projects they're funding all over the world. I mean, I think I've talked about the man who put toilets everywhere, but flush toilets is something that Rotary International helped do. They connect you to community anywhere you go. So as a Rotarian, any city in the world that I travel to, I am welcome to go to their club. I'm invited to share a meal with them and have that fellowship. So it does connect right back to our club.
Absolutely. And that connection is so great. And there's even an app, which I downloaded. So when I go visit my family on the East Coast, I can check out what Rotary clubs are meeting. And they do, that welcome mat is spread out for no matter where you came from, who you are. Oh, and they want to hear your story. Tell us about Lansing. Tell us. And that's where we're becoming ambassadors for our great region here.
That's right. And, you know, it goes both ways. We have visitors that visit us from other clubs locally and nationally and internationally. So it's always fun to have those visitors come. We always ask visitors to introduce themselves. And so, you know, we bring guests locally, but then when they're someone from far away, it's really exciting to have them there.
Wonderful. Rebecca, Chris, Lansing Rotary, thank you for all you do for our community. You make it a better place to be. Collectively, and we come together and we enjoy and celebrate each other. So I appreciate all you do, and thank you, and look forward to having you back to tell us some more.
All right, thank you.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Tolulope Adedokun of University of Michigan Health Sparrow. Philanthropy plays a vital role in supporting life-saving programs, innovative research, and leading-edge patient care. And this year is shaping out to be an exciting one for our community giving. Joining us today to discuss this important topic is Michelle Geller. She is the Director for U of M Health Regional Network Development. So welcome, Michelle, you're here.
Thank you, so glad to be here.
So what new initiatives do we have planned this year in terms of philanthropy and giving?
Absolutely. First on deck, we are in May, so May is for Miracles Month. It's an exciting initiative focused on children's health care and philanthropy associated with children's health care. Next, in June, we have coming up our signature golf outing. It's called Health Classic, and it combines our campus leadership alongside community stakeholders to raise funds, much needed funds, for our 6 Sparrow hospitals. And then later this year, we have a fun event coming up. It's called Boots and Bling, and that event was created to support women's health initiatives, and this year we'll focus on women's heart health.
So how do you support patient and community health through these fundraising?
Absolutely. There are a variety of needs across our hospital system. It could be anything ranging from equipment and technology to supporting and advancing access to patient care. So it really runs the gamut.
Thank you. To give back, visit uofmhealthsparrow.org/foundation. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm here today with Molly Woods, and she does some fantastic work in helping entrepreneurs create and bring their products and services to the food, beverage, and agriculture arenas. So Molly, what kind of services do you offer?
So we support clients who are interested in developing a new food product or a value-added ag product, all the way from ideation to getting it on the store shelves. So we try to meet clients where they're at. If they need help kind of defining their concept, we'll work with them on that. If they have a very technical food science question, we'll work with them on that.
That's fantastic. You know, entrepreneurs are near and dear to my heart, being one myself. I don't know that everybody can spell that complicated word, but to date, how many people or entrepreneurs have you helped find their way?
So the MSU Product Center was founded in 2003, and since then, up to just today, I ran the numbers, over 7,700 entrepreneurs we've worked with. Some go on to found businesses, some decide that maybe it's not right for them, but that's all a part of the process.
That's great. And so if someone would have a new food or beverage idea, how do they go about getting in touch and getting started with you?
Well, they can visit our website, and we always encourage entrepreneurs before they make the step of registering as a client to really think about what they want to do. Is it a hobby, or is it a business that they want to work really hard on and see to fruition? And so do as much research as you can prior to coming to us, but then once you are signed up as a client and working with us, we will meet with you as much as you want. We're really your partner in new product development and creation.
Well, how exciting. I'm sure you've seen a number of products come through and get to experience them first. So that's awesome. And good to know that that's right here at our old Green and White.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Molly,
Go Green. Thank
for
you.
letting us know all about this exciting aspect.
You bet.
Thank you.
Hi, I have Robin Ryan here today with me from Eastbrook Homes. We're going to talk about building trends. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. Robin, so tell me, what are you seeing? Dining rooms or dens?
I am finding more flex rooms. They've actually changed the wording.
Okay.
So a flex room could be a dining room or office or a formal living room.
Okay.
I do still occasionally have someone that wants that formal dining room, but the majority are looking for a more versatile room.
Okay. What about colors?
Colors, we're still in the grays.
Okay.
I feel like that's going to start trending a little bit more to the whites is what I've kind of been seeing. Pantries are very popular.
Gotcha.
I know working in the 90s and 2000s, you didn't see the pantries in the kitchens now, and that's a very desirable option.
That's important for me as we're talking about resale, because the average person is going to look at 7 to 10 years maybe selling that home. So we want to make sure that those boxes are checked. So do they meet with you? Does a buyer meet with you, and do you kind of go through those types of things with them in the consultation?
They do. They meet with me. I find out what their specific needs are, what they're looking for. With Eastbrook Homes, we can customize any of our plans to meet their specific needs.
Nice.
I work with a lot of people that work from home, so they need a home office, or I have multi-generational families also, and they may be looking for separate suites.
Nice, nice. Okay, so one last quick question for you. What about handicap accessibility?
We can work with handicap accessible. We can lower the foundation, do a 0-step entry, work with handicap doorways and showers.
Nice.
Anything that you need, we can work with.
Great. Call Eastbrook today. Robin's the best.
Hi, I'm Julie Thomasma, CEO at Child and Family Charities, and I am so glad to have with me today Katriva Bisbee, President of NAMI Lansing. So thanks for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and so tell us a little bit more about NAMI Lansing.
NAMI Lansing is one of 600 affiliates, and we focus on advocacy, education, and support, and providing this support to individuals as well as family members who have been impacted by a mental health condition.
So tell me a little bit, how does NAMI work with youth specifically?
Yeah, so NAMI does a lot of different things as it relates to working with youth. One of the signature things that we do is provide presentations. We go out to school, other different, maybe possibly faith-based communities where youth are, and we're educating them. And our presentation is called Ending the Silence. Nice. And we want to let individuals know that we need to end the silence, end the stigma that's related around mental health conditions.
I love the work that you're doing in the community. So you're going to be part of the Nonprofit Hub, which is part of Child and Family's new campus. Tell me about that initiative and what makes you excited about being there.
We are so excited about that. We get to collaborate with other like-minded individuals. It's kind of like a one-stop shop, and so we're able to provide resources for our community, our families in the community, and so as we collaborate together, we can have a greater impact.
Well, that's awesome. How do we learn more about you and all the great work that you're doing?
Yes. So if you want to know more about us, visit our website at www.namilansing.org.
And how can a person get more involved? What opportunities would they have?
They can fill out an inquiry for volunteering on our website as well. We have a number for them to contact, and someone will give them a call.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing your mission, and we can't wait to have you on our new campus.
Thank you for having me.
CATA's Regional Mobility Solutions makes a difference in our community. Hear what riders and community leaders have to say about the value CATA delivers to the capital city area.
My name is Ahan Gohil. I'm a sophomore here at MSU. I'm studying public relations. I'm an international student. I was born in Mumbai, so it was really awesome to see that MSU does offer like public transportation services. And I just think it's like a much better alternative to car travel because it's more sustainable. I live at Shaw, so it's right beside the CAT bus station. Makes it really easy to just get wherever I want to be on campus. I'm usually taking the 31 and 30 wherever I go. In Mumbai, public transportation is very common. We have the subway, metro, and then the train. We also have like rickshaws and taxis as well. So you don't really have to drive anywhere. You can always just take the bus or wherever you have to go. During football season, I know CATA still runs. I really like how the signs on the CATA buses turn into like Go Spartans or whatever. I really like that because it shows that it cares about the community that it's in. The same with like the art fairs and everything. It's pretty cool that CATA gives back to the community. I honestly think the more public transport, the better. Anytime a person asks me about like public transportation in the US, I'll be like, there needs to be more of it. So, strong advocate for it.
Hi, I'm Chris Swope. I'm the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Lansing, and I'm here with our current president, Rebecca Bahar Cook. Rebecca, why did you join Rotary, and why should someone consider joining?
I joined Rotary because I was looking for sort of a social club that would be doing good things in the world and our community, but that would also give me some connections to possibly some new business opportunities. And so I went to my first meeting with Paula Cunningham, and it was an incredible topic about nanotechnology and all the sort of uses and development that's being done right around the corner at MSU. And I was just floored by this organization that was bringing in these speakers who were talking about things that were happening right in my backyard while giving me the opportunity to kind of network and meet a whole new world of people.
So networking, possible business contacts, friendship, who could ask for more, right?
And I will say you can't undersell that friendship piece. I joined Rotary when I was in my early 40s and was just floored by the amount of people, colleagues, willing to give me advice on how to run my business, how to grow, way to sort of make my employees more effective. It really, not only do I have fun at those meetings, it was a great opportunity for personal and business growth.
So how often does the club meet?
Every Friday at noon at the Lansing Community College in the Michigan room in the Gannon building, except for the last Friday of the month. That's turned into a happy hour on Thursday from 4:30 to 6:30, and that might move around. So LansingRotary.org would be the place to check out those meetings.
Okay, so not only is there good speakers and a way to be involved in your community and camaraderie, but there's a happy hour. I like it.
Excellent happy hours.
Wow, what another great show and another reason to discover Greater Lansing. So many wonderful things happening in our great, great community. From living, working, and playing, we've got it right here in Greater Lansing. Thanks for joining us.